Ever wondered about the environmental impact of our current transportation methods? As we dive into the 21st century, transportation has evolved tremendously. From horse-drawn carriages to self-driving electric cars, we've certainly come a long way. However, the vast majority of vehicles on our roads today still rely on fossil fuels. These fuels, namely petroleum, diesel, and gas, have been the backbone of transportation for over a century. But let's take a moment to consider the environmental implications of such reliance. Every time we start our engines, we burn these fossil fuels, releasing carbon dioxide, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. Collectively, transportation is responsible for nearly a third of all greenhouse gas emissions in many parts of the world. That's a significant contribution to the ongoing climate crisis, and a pressing reason for us to reconsider our choices. The environmental impact of our current transportation methods goes beyond global warming, though. Air pollution is another critical concern. The exhaust from our vehicles contains harmful pollutants, including nitrogen oxides and particulate matter. These pollutants can harm our health, causing respiratory issues and other health problems. They also contribute to smog and acid rain, both of which damage our ecosystems. To put it simply, our current transportation methods leave much to be desired in terms of environmental sustainability. We're dealing with a system that's not only contributing to the climate crisis, but also compromising our air quality and health. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, well, that's a gloomy outlook. Is there no hope for a cleaner, more sustainable future? Don't worry though, it's not all doom and gloom. In fact, there's a light at the end of this tunnel, and it's powered by an element that's as abundant as it is promising: hydrogen. But what if there's a cleaner, more sustainable way to power our vehicles? Enter the world of hydrogen fuel cells, a promising alternative to fossil fuels. You might be wondering, what exactly are these hydrogen fuel cells? Well, let's break it down. At its core, a hydrogen fuel cell is an electrochemical cell that harnesses the power of hydrogen to produce electricity. Think of it as a sort of battery, but one that doesn't run out or need recharging as long as there's a constant supply of hydrogen fuel. The magic behind this process is a little something we call chemistry. A hydrogen fuel cell comprises two electrodes, an anode and a cathode, with an electrolyte in between. When hydrogen gas is fed into the anode, it splits into electrons and protons due to a catalyst. The electrons take a longer path to the cathode, creating an electric current along the way. Meanwhile, the protons zip straight through the electrolyte to the cathode. On the other side, at the cathode, oxygen from the air combines with the electrons and protons to form water. That's right, the only byproduct of this process is water, making hydrogen fuel cells a clean source of energy. Now let's put this into perspective. Imagine running your car on hydrogen fuel cells. You're essentially powering it with a chemical reaction that only emits water. No harmful exhaust fumes, no carbon emissions, just water. And it's not just about being eco-friendly. Hydrogen fuel cells are also incredibly efficient. They convert a higher percentage of their fuel into usable energy compared to traditional combustion engines. This means less wasted energy and more bang for your buck. So, we've got a clean, efficient energy source. But how does it fit into the world of transportation? Well, that's a story for the next scene. Stay tuned! Scene script. Imagine a world where our vehicles emit only water vapor instead of harmful pollutants. Now, let's explore how this dream could become a reality through the potential of hydrogen fuel cells in transportation. Hydrogen fuel cells, unlike conventional combustion-based technologies, don't involve burning any fuel. Instead, they convert hydrogen and oxygen into electricity, with water and heat as byproducts. This means vehicles powered by these cells produce zero harmful emissions, with the only tailpipe emission being pure water vapor. This technology isn't just limited to small passenger cars either. Hydrogen fuel cells have the potential to power a wide range of vehicles, from city buses and commercial trucks to high-speed trains and even ships. Each of these applications presents its own unique advantages. For instance, city buses powered by hydrogen fuel cells can operate all day on a single tank of hydrogen, providing a clean and efficient public transportation solution. Commercial trucks, on the other hand, can benefit from the high energy density of hydrogen, allowing them to transport heavy loads over long distances without needing to refuel frequently. High-speed trains powered by hydrogen fuel cells could revolutionize rail travel, offering a cleaner and quieter alternative to diesel trains. And as for ships, just imagine the impact of replacing heavy and polluting marine diesel engines with zero-emission hydrogen fuel cells. While it's true that hydrogen fuel cells are not yet as widespread as gasoline or diesel engines, they're certainly making headway. Several major automakers have already released hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, and numerous cities around the world have begun deploying hydrogen-powered buses and taxis. This shift towards hydrogen in transportation is not just about reducing emissions and combating climate change, it's also about creating a more sustainable and resilient energy system. By using hydrogen as a fuel, we can diversify our energy sources, reduce our dependence on fossil fuels, and pave the way towards a cleaner and greener future. Sounds promising, right? But what are the main points we need to consider? Hydrogen fuel cells are not without their challenges, but the benefits might just outweigh the negatives. Now let's dive into the pros and cons of this innovative energy solution. On the positive side, hydrogen fuel cells are clean, efficient, and renewable. They produce electricity through a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen, with the only byproduct being water. Thus, vehicles powered by hydrogen fuel cells emit nothing harmful into the atmosphere, making them a much greener alternative to traditional gasoline or diesel engines. Moreover, hydrogen fuel cells are remarkably efficient. Unlike combustion engines, which waste a significant portion of their energy as heat, fuel cells convert a much larger percentage of their energy directly into power. This means less energy is wasted, and more is used to get you where you need to go. Additionally, hydrogen is a renewable resource. It's the most abundant element in the universe, and it can be produced from a variety of sources, including water, natural gas, and even certain types of waste. This makes hydrogen fuel cells a sustainable and potentially limitless source of power. But, as with any technology, there are challenges to face. One of the biggest is infrastructure. Currently, there are very few hydrogen refueling stations available, making it difficult for hydrogen-powered vehicles to be a practical choice for many people. Another challenge is the cost of production. At present, producing hydrogen fuel cells is expensive, which makes the vehicles that use them costly as well. However, it's important to remember that many technologies start off expensive and become more affordable over time as they are developed and adopted more widely. Moreover, while hydrogen is abundant, extracting it in a way that is both efficient and environmentally friendly can be a complex process. As with any new technology, there are hurdles to overcome, but the potential of hydrogen fuel cells is undeniable. As we continue to seek out cleaner, more sustainable methods of transportation, hydrogen fuel cells present a promising path forward. It's up to us to tackle the challenges and harness the power of this incredible technology. As we look to the future, the role of hydrogen fuel cells in transportation is becoming increasingly clear. Hydrogen fuel cells have been making waves in the transportation sector, with recent advancements and developments promising a cleaner and more sustainable future. The potential of this technology is truly immense and extends far beyond just passenger vehicles. Think about it: buses, trains, trucks, and even ships powered by hydrogen fuel cells, all contributing to a greener planet. The public sector is showing considerable interest, with governments around the world investing in research and development of hydrogen fuel cell technology. They're not just looking at the environmental benefits, but also the potential for job creation and economic growth. The private sector isn't far behind either. Auto manufacturers are pouring resources into the development of hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, with some even predicting that hydrogen cars could outperform their electric counterparts in the near future. But it's not just about the cars we drive. Hydrogen fuel cells could revolutionize the entire transportation infrastructure. Imagine a world with hydrogen refueling stations as commonplace as today's petrol stations, and long-haul transport no longer a major contributor to carbon emissions. And let's not forget about the potential for hydrogen fuel cells in the aviation industry. Yes, you heard it right. Hydrogen-powered planes could be the next big thing, bringing us one step closer to zero-emission air travel. The road ahead is exciting, and we're just at the beginning of this journey. We've taken a deep dive into the world of hydrogen fuel cells and their potential in transportation. From their environmental benefits to their future prospects, it's clear that this technology could revolutionize our roads. Hydrogen fuel cells promise a cleaner, more sustainable future, offering a compelling alternative to traditional fuels. The journey to this future is a thrilling one, and we're excited to explore it with you. If you want to stay updated on the latest developments in this exciting field, make sure to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.